This channel is supported by my online fishing courses, and you can learn more and get significant discounts at saltstrong.com/Skinner. I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, cold. I think this is my last trip with the boat before heading south. Yeah, I'm gonna go for blackfish. I've got the drone. There's the box. I'll see if I can get the conditions to use it. Right now, these are not the conditions. It's definitely windier than I'm supposed to be. I got a delayed start. See what I can do. Yeah, multi-species trip. We're going to start with blackfish, just spot locking over a boulder right now with the trolling motor. And after that, we're going to move on to something else, and then we'll move on to something else after that. And I got to take advantage of the weather while I can. Okay, so I'm washing these crabs because I just got them at the tackle shop. They're in my garage overnight. If you don't do this, you're going to burn your fingers on them. They kind of peel all over themselves all night, and it's really messes you up. Yeah, this is immediately after getting home from a blackfish trip. You can see those crabs can just burn your fingers. That's what the finger looks like a few days later. It takes the skin right off. So, yep, want to wash them. All right, green crabs. You know, after I did a recent underwater video and saw the way the fish react to any little thing going down, I don't even do this anymore. I'm dropping those legs in just because I'm curious to see how they're going to settle, but I am not going to cut legs off and basically chum down current of the boat. All right, yeah, in a leg socket, out another leg socket, and off we go. Now, the rock I started on, I got a keeper, first drop. And then I really didn't get anything for like 20 minutes. No, I guess it was about a half an hour. I left it just setting up on a new rock right now. Oh, first drop on this rock. So this is the second rock I've tried, and both rocks, first drop keeper. Now before I put the jig down, I dropped the drone camera. And so here's going down the side of the rock. So this is cool. Look at all that stuff growing on there. You wonder why those blackfish look like a little yellow. Who knows? Maybe they're camouflaging up against some of these colors. And that's what it looks like. And yep, there they are. So this is before dropping anything down. I wanted to take some more extensive video underwater, but you know what? It's just a little too bouncy, a little too much current, and it was just moving the camera around too much. But you know, I got some. This was looking really good, but I wasn't able to get the jig in the frame and reposition the camera, so I ended up giving up on it. But yeah, pretty neat to go down. Look at that. That one's actually dragging a little length of line. I don't see a jig there. Maybe it's just a hook he's got, but he definitely broke somebody off, and he's swimming around happily looking for something else to eat. But yep, you could see the bouncing starting, and then it reoriented towards the rock, and I tried, but it just didn't work out. Okay, there we go. That's the fish. I tried to get some underwater video, but I just can't with this current. So I'm just going to fish. I got two keepers, but I think I'm going to let this guy go because he's too big. That's a beauty. Yeah, I do not want to keep him. Gosh. Whoa, ow. Hey, those teeth, yeah, they work. Whoa. Oh, that's a beauty. Okay. Too big. Bye. To be clear, that's just my choice. I just don't need that much meat. There's not a slot limit or anything. It's a minimum limit. Size limit is 16 inches, 3 fish. If I got 3 16 inches, that would be plenty of meat. I'm going to get a lot more than that, but no need to keep the larger one. They're pretty slow growing. It's best to let those larger ones go. Oh yeah, ho ho ho! Oh. You better be careful of one of these times down. He's wow. All right, he should be safe from the rock at this point. Big fish. I don't know whether I should. Might be netting this one. Yeah, I think I can get him. Got plenty of extension on the jig. Ah, that's a beaut. That's a second real nice one. Definitely the drop in the water temperature got these guys going here. Okay, every one of these videos I mentioned the need to wait through the smaller bites until a jig moves. But I'm going to point out something else on this video, and it's the importance of how you drop that jig to the bottom and what you do once it gets down there. And we're going to get to that in a bit. Right now, I'm just waiting for those little taps. There goes the jig. As soon as it moves steadily, set the hook. Well, definitely a chubby keeper, but it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one. Yeah. Boy, it's a nice fish, but came up a little funny. Yeah, gold keeper. Look at that color. Yeah. Okay, on the next drop, you're going to notice that I'm giving like little lifts of the rod to help that line come off the reel. I'm trying to have as little resistance as possible. I want to get that jig to the bottom as fast as possible. It's just a 1-ounce jig, 22 feet of water, fair amount of current. And I'm looking, as I do a lift, I want to see at the end, to know when I hit bottom, that there's some line float. And when I see that, I engage the bail. I don't move it. I apply contact, but not pressure. And we'll look at that closer in a bit. Oh, if I can keep him away from that rock. Oh, another nice one. All right, so you often see me cutting the crabs in half, but you get some little crabs in there. Hey, just, take the fronts off, just so you get the juices going out of there. Take the claws off because they're there. And in the bottom, out the top, and just a whole crab, and boy, this can work very well. Yeah, so I had my son out with me recently, and he had never done this kind of fishing. He now lives out in the Midwest, and I don't get to fish with him very much, but we had a short window to get out. And he was fine with waiting through the bites until the fish moved. It was this part. It was the dropping of the jig. When I noticed what he was doing versus what I was doing, because I was catching, he wasn't, I had to make an adjustment with the jig drop, and it made all the difference in the world. And we'll get to see the results of that at the end of this video. Ooh, whole crab, big black. Ooh. Oh, he's giving me a break too. Good. Not as big as the really big ones, but nice. Let's try a whole crab again. And the whole key seems to be detecting bottom and then what you do when you hit the bottom. And by doing this and watching for that line to float on the surface, just engage and then just contact, no pressure, and then that makes it really more natural where it's not getting jerked away from the fish and they can just pick it up and swim with it. You can just feel him going for that rock immediately. He's going right for it. I keep digging out those little crabs. That's a nice one. Nice colors too. And I didn't mention it when I was doing it, but cutting the crabs up, I finally got real bait scissors. Mustad makes scissors to do this. It makes it so much easier instead of just using whatever scissors I have around the house. But yeah, little things help out. Whoa. Well, he does not want to come up. Yep. That looks like that's a really good one. Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm going to go look for stripers. I've had enough fun with these guys. I'm going to go jig a place I haven't fished in, I don't know, 30 years. We'll see. Thank you. Yeah, I finished with a dozen keepers, so that was really good. I struck out on stripers. This is an hour later. I went out to that rip, just couldn't do anything. So if you look at my plotter on the right-hand side, you see all that red. Those are track lines. Hey, you can see I've fished here before. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Set up. By now, the current's really running. It's like 3 to 3.2 miles an hour, 60 to 65 feet of water. I have to go up to a 1.5 ounce bucktail to get down. And yeah, so right now I'm going down, trying to detect that bottom hit and doing it very similar to how I did with the blackfish, waiting to see that momentary line float, and then it's snap jigging. Just snap it up, and look for that bottom tick, snap it up, and just keep doing that. And I'm hopeful for stripers here. This is a great rip, good structure. This is November 6th. Come on, they should be around. And I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to just go unedited. I'm going to run several drifts. I'm not going to stop the camera or edit the video. And so you get a feel for what's going on. Alright, so this is a plain olive color bullhead S&S bucktail. No trailer of any kind, just a bucktail. The key to get down with 1.5 ounces is that thin braided line 10-pound test. Oh, beautiful sea bass, but I've got enough meat. I'm just not going to keep any sea bass. And that's how this fishing is. You go over the structure, you drift over it, and with this, like, over 3 mile an hour drift, you get one fish, you go back up, because by the time you get it in the boat, you've passed the good spot. So, yeah, catch a fish, go back up. Real important to put that thing in reverse when you stop, and stop the boat before dropping that line down, or else it's just going to scope out. Yeah, the current's definitely making it a little bit of a challenge to not scope out here. So you'll see I flip the bail. I have to let some line out once in a while to make sure I hit the bottom, but it's working out fine. Yeah, my line got caught a little bit on the bail there. I'm just trying to fix that. Wow. I know I should be keeping these, but yeah, I'm just having a fish. yeah, this depth here is definitely beyond where I'm getting most of the fish. So it's going to run up, basically going to go, it's going to get as shallow as about 58 feet, and that's where there's great structure and those fish are. But yep, it's the fast drift. Just checking the camera for splashing here. The fast drift, gets you over all that just really quick. So I guess got to run up. So hey, you see that slick in front of me? That shiny spot on the water? That's fish oils. That, in fact, well, you can't smell it through the video, but I can smell it. It smells like bunker or bluefish. That's telling me 100%. There's, for sure, there are at least bunker, but I'm guessing bluefish also in the area. Surprised I'm not getting them jigging, and yeah, that's why I'm keeping at this. I'm really thinking bass and bluefish here. Yeah, November 6th, sea bass are hanging in. Water temperature about 59.5 degrees. It's just a slight bit under 60. But all right, well, try one more drift here. Yeah, but many kinds of fishing, you look for slicks like that. That's that means something when you see that, and certainly when you can also smell it. Yeah, it's no question that that's an indicator. So, yeah, John Paduano does a lot with snap jigging. You may have seen his seminars, but it's interesting. While I was editing this video, I got a call from somebody who winters down where I winter in Florida, and he fishes Oneida Lake in New York, upstate New York, for walleye. And he said this is like all they do all summer is they snap jig for walleye, and he described this fishing to a T. So it's used for different things in different areas, but it was interesting to hear his take on it. And yep, exact same thing I'm doing here. They do up in Oneida Lake for walleye. Tick in the line. Oh, those are beauties. You just don't get small ones this way. All right, surprised they're here in such good numbers, and that bass stripers are not. I'm going to make one more move. I'm going to move in to like 40 to 45 feet. Some serious rips here, hard structure, big boulders, and see if I can pick up a striper. Wow, it's a big blue. Ooh. big ass blue, boy. Oof. You know what? And I'm getting down near the end of the trip here. This could be my last fish of the season in the boat here. All right, but it was not the last fish of the season. My son got that honor with a real nice one at the end of his first jigging attempt here. And yeah, worked out great. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out my online courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner.